Hello there, beautiful, aspiring author. My name is Despina Karatzias. I authored my very first book, Adventures of a Balloon Girl, at the very first 48-hour author weekend, and that was in October 2013. Now, 5 years ago, I could only dream of having my own business. This little baby, and it was a little baby. It was something that came out of celebrating a milestone of 10 years of managing someone else's business and growing someone else's business and learning and loving it. I loved every single day, the challenges, the opportunities, the learnings. I loved it. And that's why this book did really come out of me in 48 hours. So I definitely can advocate in what Nat sees in everybody that she pretty much comes into contact with, that we all have a book in us. I didn't think I did at the time, and luckily the stars and the moons aligned that brought me to Natasa, who I affectionately call. She is a little bright shining star in my world, and the reasons why I joined the 48-hour author weekend was really, I had this notion that the book will just be a byproduct. At the time, I had my third baby, and the same year, and I was just craving the company of someone like Nat, and I knew spending a weekend together, she will attract other great entrepreneurial business owners. And I just, the idea of spending a weekend with multiples of Nat, like Stuart and all the wonderful people that came to that weekend, that was something that I think, in thinking about this, that was my first straw. That was my first pull. I would love to spend a weekend with other people that have books in them, and I'm sure we'll have great stories. And it was really, really inspiring weekend. And bonus, we came away with a book as well. A book with so much more than just being a book. So I didn't think I had a business in me. I dreamt about this notion of Institute of Excellence. My mission was to ignite excellence in people first, so that they can grow their small businesses into big tourism businesses. So effectively, what I couldn't articulate at the time was that I wanted to do what I did at Global Ballooning for more other small tourism business operators that didn't see the magic that they create in the experiences that they create in themselves. But I didn't know how, I didn't know what. When Nat said, well, you're coming up to 10-year anniversary, that's a milestone, the seed was planted. And I went, you know what, there has been such a journey. We have gone from a complete manual-driven business to a complete digitized, from online booking systems to online staffing systems to inbound tourism marketing opportunities, and what we integrated to attract those type of visitors using our digital marketing and social media marketing. And suddenly, once we unpacked what this could look like in 12 very clear chapters, the rest was quite easy. And I say that really, once I had that first initial pre-unpack with Nat, the rest was kind of like, well, it just all made so much sense. So as that came to be, that was in October 2013, when the new year came, clicked over in early 2014, I knew that my journey was really coming to an end, because it was beautiful. It was a beautiful end to the journey, because I could see I had almost outgrown the business, and to an extent was ready to pass on the baton to this gorgeous team that I had mentored and nurtured and really grew to be able to step away and spread my own wings. And really, without this is where it all began. If we can get that in the shot, this is where it all began. So what I really wanted to show, that's just a little backstory of how it came to be. I never thought I could. I never saw a life without global ballooning. And I guess after sharing this packaged little 10-year story and journey, it gave me the confidence that if I can write a book, I can do anything. And that's certainly what it felt like. Now, the 3 surprising things, that's what I wanted to share with you, because and it was very serendipitous when Nat and I connected, and to share this story with you, that I've just clicked over 3 years in my business. So I've just completed and finished off my 3rd financial year, and I'm getting so excited about that, because again, I knew that feeling of dreaming about it, and I can't believe I've just had my 3rd financial year of the passion project, of the hobby, of that dream state of, God, I would love to have a school, and I would love to call it Institute of Excellence, where I love the word excellence, just rises up to a higher standard. It gives, for myself anyway, I love the word because it's a barometer. It takes us from good to great to excellent. It just keeps you going north. And so yeah, it was a dream state, and here I am. Institute of Excellence is well and truly alive now. I have a website, and I have clients, and there's happy to pay me, and I'm always grateful to Nat, and I'm always grateful to the Adventures of a Balloon Girl. So there were 3 surprising things that happened when I joined the 48-hour author weekend. Actually, there's like about 30 surprising things that happen. But I definitely, before I take you to the 3 surprising things, I just want to say, off the cuff, I would never have written a book if I didn't go to that weekend, and if I didn't just follow my gut and my instinct to say, this girl is awesome, and I know she's going to attract some fantastic people, and I'm going to get to meet and hang out for a whole weekend with some great people that are in the same position that I am, that are looking to launch a business, and think that a book would be a great little gateway or a stepping stone to that. There could be great, interesting people that have got established businesses that want to take their business to a next level. And it was all a combination of that. I have such fond memories. It was just like it happened yesterday. So it was, if I didn't go to that weekend, there would be no book. And I know that would be the case. And I'm so glad that I did. Now, the most surprising thing is that had I not done this book, that 10.5 years that would have really, it was by the time I resigned, I gave 3 months notice. So that was in January 2014 now. Launched the book at the Hellenic Museum, had this beautiful tourism industry launch. And 30 June 2014 was when was the finale. 1 July, I was ready to rock. And that's a whole other story. But it was this book and writing a book. The surprising thing that happened when I joined 48-hour author weekend was that it came to life. And more importantly, that had it not been for this book, all those blood, sweat and tears and all the work that I put into this business, and from day one, way back in 2003 when I joined this business, I treated it as if it was my own. Now, the surprising thing that I always think back, thank God I've got this documented, beautiful piece of physical content that there will always be a legacy. Have you heard that song from Beyonce, I Was Here? I just feel like had it not been for this book, it would all that story, all that journey and all that growth well beyond of when I've left. As this business continues to grow, it will go forgotten. And I'm so proud that I have something that has left a legacy that was a really, really, really significant part of my life. Another great thing with that, speaking of legacies, is that at the time my babies were baby. They were preschool and baby, like newborn babies. And there's nothing that fills me up with joy now that they can read, that they go in and they open the first page of the book, and they can see, to my awesome, foursome beating hearts, my family, and they see the names in there for the inspiration to get up and go for it. It's just the fact that they can read that and they have something from mummy and what I did as a legacy, it's priceless. Absolutely priceless. The other surprising thing that this book has really done for me, and I didn't realize it at the time and didn't probably appreciate it as much as I do now, is that it's given me a voice. It's given me comfort in my own skin to get in front of the camera and do live broadcasts and podcasts for the tourism industry and get in front of people and speak. I had someone that reached out from a university of Aristoteli, a university in Greece, Thessaloniki, to go and join an international tourism conference. Now, if again the stars and moons are aligned and that will eventuate, that will be amazing. But the fact that I have this baby next to my credentials is something that's given me so much cred out in the industry, because to be honest with you, there's no one else that's done it. There is no one else in my niche that's put out a book of this nature to serve and to help the greater good of the industry. And that's something really, really special. And the more I guess it's something that I'm really proud of, and it's a surprising thing that it gave me a voice. It gave me a voice to then go on to create other types of content. And essentially, this is one of the greatest forms of content that you could do for your own personal brand and for the beautiful business that you have created or you're about to create. And I tell you what, it still gives me goosebumps that I had this Institute of Excellence to just sitting there up here as a dream, and to now close off the third financial year. And that is the really surprising thing here, that quitting something and leaving something that you're really comfortable in and gives you a lot of certainty, and stepping out into the marketplace without that oak tree and the security and the blanket to keep you nice and warm is, it can be scary. But like I mentioned earlier, actually putting this together, it gave me confidence to take that leap, because actually documenting what I have done and reflecting, it was like, you know what? I got this. I have a lot to share, and I come to this that I have the ability to help other businesses. And from then, I've produced about 16 different workshops. I've delivered over 500 hours of training. I'm now hired by regional tourism organisations and local councils, and running my own online training programs. I have a tourism podcast that I interview and share, just again a different form of content. And it's something that and a website. And the website didn't come until probably about a month ago. So don't if you're thinking about it too much, you're overthinking it. It's something, and I say this is just like anything that you put yourself forward, that it is a little bit scary and it's a little bit unknown. I've really learned, and it was from this author weekend that I've really learned to appreciate that was the scariest. I wouldn't even say scary. It was the funnest, actually. It wasn't scary. It was the funnest. It was the most exciting time. But, the fear of unknown and launching this into the business, it's been nothing but positive, and it's been nothing but very rewarding. And I just want to show you this. This book went on to go to 75 retailers around the country. It got picked up by Target in Victoria and is in all Target stores. And this, you can see here, I'm sharing a photo on my Instagram, 26th of June, which was last week, just last Monday, 26th of June, 2017. So 3.5 years later, my book is still sitting on the shelves, and check it in the top shelf, mind you. It's not in the bargain bin. It's still sitting on the top shelf there, right next to like Khloe Kardashian and Dane Swan, and it's incredible. I still get such a buzz from doing that. So I've probably gone all of it over, but I just wanted to share this little story. If you have any questions or any seeds of doubt, have trust in someone like Nat. And something that I've always admired about Nat, and something that certainly I've taken on in my own business that I've learned from her as a guiding mentor, is that I will never get up in front of people and teach anything that I haven't done myself. And this is something that attracted me to Nat, and this is something that I just put myself out there and said, I'm in your hands. Tell me what you want me to do and I will do it. And I did. I let myself just huddle under her wing until she let me go and fly out into the world. And I have nothing but gratitude for that. So I wish you all the very best. Never hesitate to reach out to other authors. Always, I've spoken to many authors over the last few years that have had questions and have had similar experiences to me, or have had some apprehension, to really support them, to say, look, this kind of believe me. I've been in your shoes and I've come out the other side. Really looking back to say this is one of the best investments in myself that I have made, because it's so much more than just the book. I hope that's valuable. Big love and gratitude to you, Nat, to everybody that's listening. And here is to your excellence today and every single day. Okay, all the best to you. Bye for now.